Very much, Jesse. Well, Harley-Davidson is perhaps the most iconic brand to come out of Milwaukee. Our guest writes about the ups and downs of working for the motor company. Joining me now is Bob Michael, author of this new book, Who is the Real Hog? So maybe that's a good first question to ask you, Bob. Who is the Real Hog?
Well, that's a good question. I kind of leave that up to the reader to understand and to decide for themselves. Part of what I talk about in the book is the corporate greed and how top executives get paid so much and the workers' wages are just slowly increasing or being held steady. On the other hand, people might interpret that as, well, that's corporate business, that's the way things are done, and you know, the top executives are taking all the risks, and I leave that up to the reader to decide who is the real hog.
Let's talk about your background.
Okay.
How did you get started with Harley-Davidson, and then where did your path took you to a wide variety of areas in the company?
Yes. I started with a phone call from my brother, who was an engineering person at Harley-Davidson Motor Company, and he said they had an opening for district manager trainee. And I was in San Diego at the time visiting a friend. I flew back, interviewed with someone that knew my brother, and before 5-10 minutes, he said, "You're hired. Go see Cheryl in personnel."
And that path took you to a career that was with the motor company for several years. Then you went on to dealership ownership and management. From 3 decades with Harley-Davidson, you talk about ups and downs in the book. Give us an up.
During the 1980s, when Harley was nearly out of business, Jeff Bluestein and his team of engineering had developed the Evolution engine, which pretty much saved the motor company. It made the motorcycle what it is today, and the resurgence of a motorcycle that actually was a fantastic machine. I was district manager at that time, and we pretty much helped save the motor company through sales, through our fantastic dealer network.
And what a lot of people are going to be curious about is your insight into the downs of working with Harley-Davidson. Can you give us one of those?
Well, it's a corporation, and most of the books and the information that people know about Harley-Davidson is just what a fantastic corporation it is. But there are politics in a company, any company. And as the company grew larger and larger and different people took over and running the company, it became a little bit more stressful, just like any big corporation does. And that's probably one of the downs that I experienced.
All right, and for more of the details, you're going to have to read the book.
Yes.
Going to be a great stocking stuffer for the Harley-Davidson lover that is on your Christmas list. Yes. The book is called Who is the Real Hog? It is by Robert, Scott Michael, Bob Michael, and thanks so much for joining us, Bob. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, many of us are still trying to think of ways to put unique dishes on the table and gifts under the tree. This year's Allison Dairyland is in studio with us next with great gift ideas from Wisconsin. We're back right for this.